드디어 도어즈 52번 방 속 빌런들의 정체가 공개되었다고 합니다. 게임툰즈님의 채널을 통해서 말이죠. 엘 고블리노와 밥, 제프의 이야기가 궁금하시다면 좋아요 하나 부탁드리면서 바로 영상 감상하시죠. 오! 50번 방이에요. 피규어 등장. 오! 풀었어.
Yes, I did it. I'm free.
참 못생겼다. 자, 오, 52번 방.
There's no end to this place. It's just monster after monster after monster.
Tell me about it, hombre. Bob's been telling me there's all sorts of weird stuff going around the hotel.
엘 고블리노야, 생김새만 봤을 땐 널 마주치는 것도 이상한 일 중 하나거든? 얘가 공격성이 없어서 다행이지 플레이어를 공격했다면 최소 중간 보스 이상급 외모를 가지고 있습니다. 오! 제프까지?
Freaks.
Oh, come on. Don't be rude. He's just trying to be an honest businessman.
Wait, you guys aren't trying to kill me?
The three of us? No way, amigo. Bob here is friendly with everyone. He even tried to make friends with that Timothy guy.
티모시랑?
But I'm like, he's a bug, man. Oi, relax, buddy. You know I'm only giving you a hard time because you're my best friend.
Hey, what's going on with the lights?
설마? 어?
Hide, hombre. It's Rush.
러쉬? 우와, 진짜네?
Oi, are you hurt, dude? We don't get many visitors here. I thought you'd be a goner for sure.
I think I'm okay.
제프도 괜찮고.
Jeff made it too. But
설마?
wait, where's Bob?
아.
Talk to me, hombre. No!
남들이 보면 해골 모형 가지고 뭐 하냐고 생각할 수 있겠지만 엘 고블리노는 유일하게 밥의 말을 알아들을 수 있는 캐릭터죠. 저기서 맨날 수다 떠는 게 취미였을 텐데 말동무가 사라져 버렸네.
What's the big deal? He's just a pile of bones.
헐.
What did you just say to me?
제프도 열받았어.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're about to be, hombre. Because Bob over here was the best person this hotel has ever seen. He's the one who saved me and Jeff
제프에게?
and showed us we didn't have to be evil like all the other monsters in this place. You see, Jeff's been here so long, he's completely forgotten
침
who he
흘리는 거
was
봐.
before. His memories start with flashes from his transformation and the excruciating
헐.
pain he felt throughout. To this day, he's never let us see his full form in the light. Apparently, it's too hideous for even his friends to witness. This new body made Jeff confused, angry. He felt the hot rage
그럴 수
flowing
있지.
through him. It forced him to lash out.
폭발.
He'd attack anyone that crossed his path. He wanted to make the world feel the suffering he had to endure.
오, 제프가 우릴 공격한다고 생각하면 끔찍하죠. 도서관 속 피규어를 겨우 벗어나서 52번 방에서 숨 돌리고 있을 때 상점인 척 위장하면서 저 기다란 팔로 공격하면 답 없죠.
That was back when the hotel was still open and filled to the brim with esteemed guests.
옛날이구나.
So he had plenty of victims to choose from. But no matter how powerful he got, no matter how many people he hurt, he couldn't feel the sadness inside. He was lonely, incomplete.
친구가 없어.
Me? I remember everything. I worked valet at the hotel, taking all the fanciest cars for a joyride around town. When nobody was watching, I'd steal cash from the register, hundreds of dollars. Back when that was somebody's entire net worth.
근데 얜 왜 이렇게 철이 없냐? 어렸을 때 이런 불법적인 일을 했으면 부끄러워해야지. 마치 자랑인 것처럼 떠벌리고 있죠. 네 정신 상태가 엉망이니까 고블린으로 변하는 거 아니냐?
I'd even break into the guest rooms and confiscate all their
선
valuables.
넘었는데?
Anything to make a buck. I was the lowest of the low. But eventually, I was caught by our hotel manager, Mr. Pennybags.
Pennybags?
I thought at worst he'd just throw me over to the police. But a cheap, spiteful man as
설마.
powerful as Mr. Pennybags
설마.
had a much darker punishment in mind. He performed an evil ritual. One I assume that was very similar to those performed on all the other entities in this hotel. He placed a hex on me, a curse that transformed my body and mind. I was no longer anything human. I was El Goblino. the transformation
어우,
only
못생겼어.
made my greed worse. All I could think about was wealth and
눈도
gold.
황금색으로
It consumed
바뀌었죠.
me. And now that I was a monster, I didn't exactly have to
헐.
be sneaky about it. I could just take whatever trinkets I desired by force.
손님들 물건에 손대고 훔치니까 키 작고 힘없는 고블린으로 바꿔버렸는데 이젠 얼굴 믿고 당당하게 손님들 물건 빼앗고 있죠. 지금 엘 고블리노 표정 보세요. 신났네 신났어.
Yet I didn't feel the same rush I did as a man.
고귀한
No matter
척하는
what
거
I
보소.
stole, no matter how much wealth I hoarded, I was unfulfilled. It was like an awful itch I couldn't scratch. I was miserable. That's where Bob comes in.
Bob?
He worked at the hotel's gift shop, sweeping floors, stocking the shelves, and attending to all the guests' needs. And we know his name was Bob because that's what his hat said. He wore that ugly thing every day.
바보 아니야,
He
바보?
wasn't like us. He was kind and good at his job.
친절했대.
The guests loved him so much his tip jar would end up overflowing with money. He was foolish to leave it out so proudly. Boy, he was right there for the taking. This would be my biggest haul yet. Surely that would be enough to quench
안
the
된다.
greed inside me. Now was my time to strike.
This should be it. I finally earned enough to afford that
반지?
ring I've been eyeing for so long. Then I can propose to my dear sweet Darlene, the love of my life.
엘 고블리노야 안 돼. 저건 진짜 훔치면 안 되는 돈인 것 같은데 눈 뒤집힌 못생긴 고블린 눈에는 아무것도 보이지 않겠죠. 돈 뺏기고 흑화하고 분노 폭발하다가 결국 죽어서 해골이 되는 그런 그림인가.
All my blood, sweat, and tears will be worth it once she agrees to marry me.
오
What in the world?
뒤
Ah!
제프네. 헐.
Hey, hombre, find your own score.
어? 우와. 뭐야?
Two of us went at each other like savages. This wasn't my first time seeing Jeff. Most monsters in the hotel knew about each other's existences. It's just that we typically keep to ourselves. I agreed that Jeff's rage had gotten
이빨.
too strong. We weren't going to quit until one of us were dead, and unfortunately, looked like that was going to be me. Jeff had been converted much longer than me, so naturally he was more
핑계 대지
powerful.
마.
I didn't stand a chance. But just when it seemed like it was all over,
No, stop!
오. 안 돼.
Bob risked his life to save me. Me, a total stranger, and a monster at that.
이렇게 슬픈 사연이 있었구나. 하지만 제 개인적인 생각으로는 밥은 이 일을 아직도 후회하고 있을 겁니다. 쟤도 결국 돈 훔치러 온 건데 순진한 밥은 제프로부터 자기를 구해주는 줄 착각했던 거지.
Oi, what'd you do that for, hombre? You got some kind of death wish or something?
한창했어?
I just couldn't stand there and watch you die. I had to help.
But I'm a monster. Evil to the core.
No one is that evil. There's
Oh,
good inside everybody.
착해.
You just have to listen to your heart. And do what's right. Take the money, if that is what you two are fighting over. I've been saving it for quite some time, but it's not worth anybody dying over.
헐.
Jeff and I couldn't believe it. No one has showed us even an ounce of kindness since we became monsters. We look back at all the horrible things we had done in our past and we're filled with regret.
Just promise me one thing, that you'll take care of my
와,
sweet Darlene.
멋있다.
One way or the other. She's everything to me.
We promise. Wait, no!
오, 밥은 페니백의 저주를 받은 게 아닌데도 빌런으로 변신해 버렸죠. 엘 고블리노와 제프에 대한 원망과 분노가 그를 해골로 만들어 버린 것 같습니다. 마음이 찡하네.
And just like that, it looked like our new friend had
Ah.
passed. Then and there, Jeff and I vowed to do everything in our power to make our promise come true. Unfortunately, our former employer,
헐.
Mr. Pennybags, showed up with other plans. He used his stupid crucifix to control us, like he always has. He took all the money for himself. Later, I found out he had
만능이
already
아주.
visited my hoard and taken that too. Nothing was going to stop us from keeping our promise. We were going to get Darlene her money some way or another. But we didn't want to steal anymore. We were going to do this the honest way, like Bob would. So we set up a little shop.
그래서 52번 방에 제프의 상점이 생긴 거구나. 근데 거기 오는 손님들은 빈 호텔방 서랍장에서 훔친 돈들만 가지고 있는데 남이 훔친 돈을 받는 건 상관없겠죠.
It was a tough business.
아닌가?
All the hotel guests ran at the very sight of us. Nobody bought anything or left any tips. Personally, I think we're long overdue for a rebrand. I've wanted to name it El Goblino's Gallery of Fine Antiquities for quite some time, but I keep getting outvoted.
Outvoted? By who?
Jeff and Bob, of course.
But I thought Bob died all those years
야,
ago.
Well, yeah, he did. But this hotel is strange,
그래.
dude. After a while, I swear Bob started to talk and move around again. I could hear his voice. He'd shift around the room when I wasn't looking. He's definitely not the same as he used to be, but there's a higher power at play.
오,
Bob?
와우.
Bob! It's a miracle! Oi, don't ever scare me like that again, hombre. Well, of course I was worried. I thought you were a goner.
이야, 팁 두둑하게 챙겨줬죠. 이렇게 끝나게 됩니다. 52번 방을 지키는 제프와 엘 고블리노 그리고 밥, 그들은 모두 호텔 직원이었는데요. 괴물이 된 제프와 엘 고블리노의 다툼으로 인해 밥이 죽게 되었고, 그런 밥과의 약속을 지키기 위해 제프의 상점이 탄생하게 되었네요. 더욱더 흥미진진한 다음 도어즈 이야기를 기대해보면서 오늘의 영상 마무리하도록 할게요. 그럼 안녕.